Welcome Taurus to your reading for the month of July 2025. This is for your Sun, your Moon, your Rising and your Venus signs, and it is a general reading, so please take what resonates and just let the rest go. I will be opening up my live readings again in July. If you are interested, in the meantime, you can email me, revelationtarotgb@gmail.com. And let's not waste any more time, Taurus. We're looking at your general energy, your opportunity, your challenge, your unforeseen events, and your advice. Okay, in your first card, which is your general energy, Taurus, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is you. You know, this is you being your truest, most steadfast, solid, not determined. It's more you're being just very grounded. You're patient. You are. There's a word, of course, I'm looking for that hasn't come to me yet. There's just this really nice sense of confident self-belief in you as well, Taurus. Things may be taking longer than you hoped, but you're okay with that. It's like, yeah, it's fine. I know that all good things come to those who wait, and whatever's going to transpire will happen in the time it's meant to transpire. There's a really nice, steady, solid energy about you throughout July. In your opportunity is the King of Cups reversed. There's something here about not becoming over emotional about something. It's almost like you are the rock in a situation that other people are finding difficult. There may be a situation going on which is causing emotions to run high for whatever reason with people around you or with your family or your friends, and you are the calm in the storm. So it's nice. It's not like you're making an effort to be that calm in the storm. It's just coming very naturally to you. The Page of Wands in reverse is in your challenge. First of all, it could be a person, it could be a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo or Aries, someone younger possibly, someone who is quite impulsive, that will say or do things without thinking, that's a bit of a loose cannon, a wild child kind of energy. But then again, for some of you, it could just be that there is a lack of adventure or passion or spontaneity in your life, in your world throughout July. It feels like you're herding a flock rather than going out and exploring the things you want to explore, or doing the things you want to do, or experiencing the things you want to experience. It just feels like you're in shepherding mode for some reason throughout July, Taurus, but it will be for a very good reason. The Ace of Swords is in your unforeseen events, and this is your breakthrough moment. This is your moment of truth, your moment of clarity. This is where everything comes to light. This is where you succeed through logic and skills and understanding, which brings about a fresh perspective and a new beginning that comes from new ideas. The High Priestess is in your advice. So while the Ace of Swords is always about logic and truth and understanding, the High Priestess is more about the spiritual realm, about intuition, and it's how you work those two things together to get the best results. It's like you can look up a chemical formulation for, you know, what is the chemical formulation of this tablecloth, for example, and that would be the Ace of Swords, whereas the High Priestess brings in the emotion and the story behind how this tablecloth was made. the stories that were shared during the time this tablecloth was made, the atmosphere the tablecloth was made in. You know, it's that kind of thing. So just remember, there's always more to something than just the chemical formulation of it. So let's clarify. So the Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Devil in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse. Two cards you should be happy to see in the reverse position. The Devil in reverse is letting go of anything that's been holding you back. You may have been suffering, Taurus, with motivation or with energy levels. You may have been suffering someone in particular. You may have been struggling with being tempted into unhealthy habits or patterns. However, this comes in the reverse, which says you are winning the battle, or you have even won the battle. You've got over the hardest part. For instance, if you've been trying to quit smoking or stay on a diet or take up exercise, all of those things you are over the worst, and you are now at a point of where you're really enjoying it. The Ten of Swords in reverse is also the end of suffering. It's the end of a period of time where you've just felt persecuted in some ways, Taurus. It feels like you have felt like you've been persecuted, but you now have decided to get up, brush yourself down and continue on with your head high. And then, there's too many. And then we have the King of Cups in reverse in your opportunity, clarified by I'm trying to think, what is this card? It is, is it Death? I think it's the Death card. Sorry guys, it's because these are all, they're not actually labelled, but I'm pretty sure that is Death. Yeah, so King of Cups in reverse, clarified by Death. The Queen of Wands. So again, you are the lighthouse in this situation. You're guiding people to safety, not literally, but they feel you're the voice of reason is what I'm getting. You're making sure that people know whatever this situation is that's got everyone so emotional or so worried. It's just like, look, this will change. Things are going to get better very soon. This is temporary. This is the calm before the storm. The Queen of Wands. You're fighting a good cause. You feel passionate about whatever this is. You feel optimistic, and that's why you're being very you're a magnet. That's why. The Page of Wands in reverse, clarified by the Five of Pentacles. Sorry, the Five of Cups reversed. And the Six of Wands, sorry, the Six of Wands reversed. What's wrong with me? As I said, your challenge here is either about an over-enthusiastic, rambunctious, is that the word, rambunctious person, or it's about your lack of, you want an adventure, you want to go and experience something new, and that's a challenge. The Five of Cups in reverse is always focusing on the positive. It's like you're trying to help people see the positive in a difficult situation. which isn't easy, because I feel like this is one of those situations where most people are feeling nothing but negative, and I don't know why that would be. And then the Six of Wands reversed is having to deal with what feels like an ongoing battle. It's something that, even though you know there is a beginning, middle and end to this, it just feels like just as you're getting somewhere, you feel like you finally sort of got to a point where, okay, we've all now calmed down and got to a point of understanding. Then something else happens and it all just fires up again. So the Ace of Swords is clarified by judgment. And the Judgment card and the and the Emperor. Judgment in reverse and the Emperor. So Taurus, you are most 100% in control here. You are, it just seems to be the guiding energy. You are a force of nature throughout July, where people will just be coming to you for advice and shelter and reassurance. The Judgment card in reverse. There's a worry here for you, Taurus. I do feel like you're worried, maybe subconsciously, that are you doing the right thing? Are you giving the right advice? Are you misleading people? It's not on the surface at all. It's somewhere deep down inside. Yeah. And then the High Priestess is clarified by the Eight of Cups reversed and the Two of Wands reversed. So this sense of, you know, making sure that you are combining the down-to-earth logical side of yourself with the spiritual parts of yourself at the same time, because we are, at the end of the day, we aren't just solid matter. We have a soul, and that soul is our spirit, and that's what we're talking about here. So for anyone that says spirit doesn't exist, then if you're going to say that, then you don't exist, because your spirit is your soul. The Eight of Cups in reverse is you may go through a couple of wobbles in July, Taurus, where you just feel like turning your back on certain situations or certain things, but it's because of that you come into this space with such solid grounding energy. It's like you just suddenly realize that, well, why am I even questioning it? Why, this is something I should be doing, that I've always wanted to do, and therefore, you know, and then your feet are firmly on the ground. And the Two of Wands in reverse is I think this is all about the now, the present time. It's about saying, I don't need to be worrying about what's happening in the next 2 months. I need to be worrying about what's happening right now, right here, today, and making sure that, you know, everything is taken care of. So it's an interesting one. Okay, so let's do your oracle, which I failed at doing last month for some reason, so I apologise to any of you who were thinking, where's the oracle reading? It literally slipped my mind. By the time I'd done half of the zodiac readings, I thought, well, it's not very fair to give half of the signs an oracle card and not everyone, so I just skipped it. So let's see. Clarifying life situations. And your card is Embrace the Unknown. Venture into the mystery with an open heart, welcoming the lessons hidden in uncertainty. You probably can't see that because of the pale writing on a pale background. There you go. So I'll read it to you again. It says, embrace the unknown. Venture into the mystery with an open heart, welcoming the lessons hidden in uncertainty. And it feels like exactly that is the role you're going to be playing throughout July, is that people fear nothing more than the unknown. It's the unknown that makes everyone scared. And although you don't know any different, you have this way of putting people's minds at rest by just calming things down and just saying, you know, let's think about this. That doesn't necessarily mean that something terrible is going to happen. It doesn't mean that it won't, but it certainly doesn't guarantee that it will. And let's all just calm down. Mass hysteria never helped anyone. I don't know what this is about exactly, and I don't think there is going to be mass hysteria at all. I think that, I don't know, it's just one of those situations where everyone, it's a very, what is the word? When emotions are very contagious. And any situation, especially where high emotions come into it, one person feels okay and the person next to them suddenly starts feeling very negative, then that spreads, and it spreads like wildfire. And if you can be the one person in the room that's just not affected by that and can calm everything back down, then it's golden. And that's what you seem to be doing, Taurus. So thank you as always. If anyone is interested in this amazing bracelet pack, which I have done a video on, and I'll link it here in a moment at the end of the video. This is my bracelet pack that I've curated with Otter Spirit. It's incredible. I don't know if anyone's noticed, if you follow my channel, whether you follow the true crime readings or anything else. I'm also over on TikTok if you're interested. I've been a lot more productive, much more consistent. My uploads have been much more regular since I've been wearing these bracelets. Honestly, they have made the biggest difference, because this is all about that. For those of you who are struggling with your energy levels, your motivation, your get up and go, these have helped me so much. And this beautiful ring as well that I purchased from them, which is the lapis lazuli ring. But the link is in the description below, so please go and visit them, because this pack is only available for the rest of June. So make sure you get in there before it disappears. Thank you guys, as always. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement. That return to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.